Hello everybody, Chris here from Friendly Frenzy Games, and we are back with another video or another episode here of the finals closed beta playtest. As promised at the end of our video the other day, we're going to be spending some time testing out tournaments, and we're going to do it on the heavy build just because that seems to be the one that we had the most success with. This is very likely going to be the last episode in this series unless you guys have any specific questions, just because there really is only so many kind of different areas that we can dig into. We're still only running the 2 maps right now here, and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to go through and kind of unlock everything, as the progress is just going to wipe at the end of this playtest anyways. And again, honestly, I'm not even sure how long we have access to this playtest till anyways. So I did just want to kind of pop on here, give everybody a glimpse of what the tournaments and stuff look like, as we have not seen these either. Obviously, up to this point, we've tested a few quick cash matches with each of the 3 builds, so our light, our medium, and our heavy. The light was probably our weakest kind of performance by far. Medium wasn't terrible, but heavy was definitely the best, and what we personally had the most fun with, especially being able to cause some chaos and destruction. That's really what's kind of brought us into this game, is just the demolition and destruction that you're able to kind of cause, and really just alter some of the strategies and just alter the map in general. So we're going to just pop into here. We're going to select our heavy build. If you remember, we're still just using that machine gun. We still are progressing towards our shotgun here, so hopefully we'll be able to unlock this and give this a quick try, because I am very curious to see how shotguns perform in this game, as it seems like we're playing a lot of close combat, especially too because this machine gun is not very steady, or does not do a whole lot of damage from far range, unless we're just really bad with it. Not 100% sure, but like I said, we definitely did have the most success in this game with a heavy build. Maybe just our play style, maybe just balancing issues, not 100%. But there is definitely a couple of people who have made light builds viable, same with medium, so it's probably just kind of how we play is skewed a little bit more towards a heavy play style. So let's jump in here. We're going to play, as mentioned, we're going to do tournament. There's no point really in doing ranked tournament, I don't think. Just looking to see really what the differences are. So there's a competitive league progression. I'm not sure how much that really matters, obviously, in a beta here. Same between these two is that it's just cash out. I'm pretty sure that's the same as quick cash. Not 100%. We will have to see. The difference with this, though, tournaments versus quick cash, not only being part of a bracket, but there's limited respawn coins. If you remember from quick cash, we have unlimited respawn coins, so the limitation on respawn coins is going to be pretty important. And then obviously for ranked tournaments here, there's no in-round item swapping from reserves. That's not something that we played with anyway, so that wouldn't make a huge difference to us, but obviously the respawn coins will be a very large kind of contributing factor into how these games are played. I would imagine these are probably a lot slower, a lot more methodical. We are likely not going to do as well as we did in quick cash, only because we are just playing kind of solo at this point. I would imagine in tournaments you're going to want a lot more kind of communication and coordination with your team. Obviously, in kind of recording here, we're not set up to do any sort of party chat right now with the people that we're going to be playing with, but we'll see if we can even find players to play a tournament with us anyways. Hopefully we can, because I'd like to get some sort of an idea what this actually looks like, but again, we will see. So just while we have a couple of minutes here, just want to say thank you to everybody who's taken a couple of minutes to check this video out. If you haven't seen any of our earlier playthroughs from this closed beta test, if you're curious to see what the finals gameplay actually looks like, I would definitely recommend checking out any of our previous videos here. I think we have up to 3 and then this will be 4 including this one here. But again, we kind of focus on quick cash and just really highlighting each build specifically. So we look at, like I said before, we look at a medium build, we look at a heavy build, and a light build. We go through some of the cosmetic store options. We go through, you know, the season pass that they have, and then the weapons and the abilities and stuff that are available to each specific class. So very cool. It's been a very fun game. We've really enjoyed our time with it, but again, because it's a closed beta, there's only so much that you're able to do. It really is just kind of test mechanics, and I would imagine some server load here. But it has been a very enjoyable game. something that plays very similar to a lot of other kind of first-person shooters that are out there. There's definitely a couple of things that set us apart, or set it apart anyways. Obviously the graphics being one of them. It's a great looking game. The lighting and stuff is awesome. But the biggest thing that we've noted anyways is by far the destruction, and just how that really can alter the feel of the game, how they can alter the strategy of the game, and it really can make each map feel different. And each time you're on that map feel different. And it's just been a really cool experience with that. So looking forward to this game coming out wholly and just seeing how much they are able to add. I'm not sure at this point if Quick Cache is the only game mode they're going to have. Not sure really in terms of how many maps the game is looking to have or add. Again, too, we've experimented a little bit with some of the match modifiers, which have been really cool. There haven't been really any that have tweaked the game as much as I thought they were going to. Obviously, orbital lasers, we really only kind of saw. We didn't get a chance to experience too much with it. The low grav we got a little bit of time with, which was fun, but ultimately didn't really have too much of an effect on overall gameplay. Again, because it does happen towards the end of the game from what we've seen, it hasn't really been a crazy modifier. It hasn't really altered the gameplay too much. Obviously, then you also have the ones where there's suspended platforms or moving platforms, and that's basically throughout the entirety of the game, so that's changed some strategies up a little bit here. So you can see on this one, we're playing on the Seoul map again, but I don't believe we've ever played with it under construction. Not exactly sure what that means. It's 7 a.m., so it's not nighttime, and you can see the conditions are foggy, so that's pretty interesting. We'll have to see what this looks like. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I wasn't sure what that was. I wasn't sure why we had all pistols for everything here. But we should be all good to go now. So we are playing on cash out. So I don't know if the difference between that and quick cash out is just kind of determined by the amount of spawn tokens we have. But we'll have to see what this looks like now. One of the other big differences in this game is just the 3v3v3. It looks like this one's actually 4 teams of 3 against each other, which we have not played yet. So this will be, it is 4 teams. So this is going to be even crazier actually than what we have played so far. Let's see how we do. It's been a couple of days since we played this game. Again, still very rusty at first-person shooters, let alone, or I guess not to mention, keyboard and mouse, so going to be pretty interesting. I'm going with our guy to go grab this vault. Our one guy got killed already, though. Oh, didn't want that. Whoop. Didn't want that either. Got the grenade off. Oh, our whole team's wiped. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. That got pretty messy. That got really pretty messy. This is going to be interesting, though. I'm excited. 4 teams of 3. That's definitely in quick cache right now. Obviously, if you've seen any of our other videos, if you've gotten a chance to play this game at all, it is 3v3v3. I have to actually remember, too, there was a comment suggested to us in one of our other videos by 343 Guilty Spark. Truly appreciate you guys interacting with us on these videos, but I do have to remember to turn off motion blur. So maybe if I remember when I'm dead next, you should be able to switch settings when you're mid-game. So I'm going to have to turn off motion blur. Didn't even honestly realize that it was something that you could turn off, or I guess I didn't even realize that we were playing with it on. I don't know if that's a standard practice in games like these days. Like I said, I've just recently gotten a PC again, and it has been a long time since we've played any FPSs, especially keyboard and mouse. So I'm going to just see if we can revive our guy here. What's going on? It's kind of nice that you can pick up these the little body tokens, so you can kind of revive at a healthier space there. There we go. I didn't want to put my barricade there. Wow, where'd he go? I don't know how he ran through that rocket. That was crazy. That's the one thing that I have to remember too, is I really got to pay attention to when I'm wheeling down on the mouse. Where is this here? When I'm wheeling down on the mouse, I have to remember motion blur. Turn that off. Okay. I have to remember kind of where the weapons and gadgets and stuff are that I'm trying to grab. Because I keep cycling down. My instinct is always to cycle up, I guess, when I'm switching weapons, and I always go to barrier first, which is like the least helpful in many of these situations here. So there's 2 cash outs going at the same time right now, which again is something a little different. Usually once you get the cash, you can only deposit at one plot and it makes that one active. So it's interesting to see actually how different this one is already. Definitely a lot more happening in tournaments. I hear footsteps. I just don't know where people are. Gonna try and steal. That was probably really stupid, but I just wanted to try and see if we could steal it. Sometimes people get so caught up in just trying to defend themselves that they forget about the objective. So I've gotten a couple of steals like that before. It's the only reason I tried that again. You can see we're getting pretty pummeled, but it's been a pretty rough game. We haven't really been playing as a team. What we can get up to now here. We've got the shock and awe at the helm. We are halfway through now. The anticipation is driving me crazy. So there must be a stack of money out already right now because there's a couple of cash outs available, and then now there's another vault active too. So you can see with motion blur off, it looks to be a little crisper, I would say. Here's the vault here. Burst into action, opening vault 3. Okay. See if we can lock this one down. Not sure if my guys are just throwing stuff or if there's actually people here. Okay. So meteor shower is going to be coming. I don't think we've seen this one yet, so this will be a cool modifier. Stay inside, I would imagine. This is going to just rain down probably pockets of like AoE damage. Guys making some good headway. Okay. Must be too big to fit through there. Ouch. Come on. Ah! It's going to reload, and then wow, I could not shoot. Our guy died again. What's our guy doing? Okay, he's got money. Is this who killed me though, or is this our team? It should be my team.
We're at the end of this game show event. What a spectacle!
We got beat up though. We got beat up.
One skilled play can change the game.
I don't know where it actually shows how many respawn tokens we have.
The ultra rares just jump-started a cash out.
It's time to see which team wants this more.
See if we can do anything
Let's
here.
get ready for overtime.
So our guy's at D, but I gotta try and stop C at this point because we're not gonna get anywhere. We're too far behind. If we don't stop them to win, or if we don't stop them from winning, I just completely missed that jump pad somehow. I was on it, but I guess I wasn't centered enough for it to launch me. This is brutal. Okay, those are our spawn coins. Just on this kill screen here, I would imagine you can see. I have 1 left, and then we have 2 and 1. Okay. That's crazy. I wonder how long you're actually gone. If you don't spawn back for the entirety of the game. Oh, it says here also too, actually, how many respawn coins we have left. Interesting. Okay. So we'll have to see. I would imagine I'm probably going to die at least one more time in this game, so we'll get a chance to test actually what 0 respawn coins means. But let's see. So our guy had the same mentality that I did down here. You can see he's getting rocked though.
The ultra rares plundered a cash out.
Will they make this as free?
Looks like that's all the way down there. Oh, he got it though. He got it. Right at the, wow. Right at the end of it, he ended up sneaking that money in. So you can see, so we got a late steal here. If we can hold this cash out, we might actually win this game somehow. Not because of me, but come on. I don't know why I reloaded.
Who wants it more? Our contestants have 30 seconds to show the world. A hard situation for the ultra
Come on, he's, oh, my guy was dead.
contestant in the arena.
Okay, so I don't have any respawn coins now. Cannot use due to team wipe. Okay, so our entire team was wiped, so I guess that doesn't use a, wouldn't use a coin anyways. So I guess with that, if you don't have respawn tokens, you have to wait for a team wipe to be able to spawn in. This is interesting though, so it looks like it takes the top 2 teams. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. Very good to know. Our guy clutched that for us. Coming in and getting that late steal, that was huge. So we've got a knockout round again. Looks like it might be another round of 3v3v3v3, so another 4 team, and probably take the top 2, and then it looks like it might just be a standoff. It'll be team versus team. So that'll be interesting if that's how that works. Because we're going to go from, you know, some of the quickest games that we've played, or sorry, like the fullest games that we've played and having 4 teams of 3 down to, you know, having minimal teams, having it just be a 2v2. But that's just based on my initial interpretation looking at that bracket there, but we'll have to see if that's actually how it plays out here. Okay, hopefully I can do a little better here for my team, because that was not a good game by any means here. We're gonna, yeah, so I flipped RPG to where our barricade was, just because subconsciously, like I said, I'm always kind of wheeling up or down. I don't even know what direction that is, but I'm just always kind of subconsciously wheeling the same direction, and I'm always looking for my RPG to be able to kind of get in and do some damage quickly. But hopefully now with barricade moved, that'll help a little bit.
This match, contestants should keep their eyes out for
Okay, let's see what we got.
and anything hits
We
you
got our guy going to Vault 1, so let's try and back him up here.
Powerhouses muscle in. They're unlocking Vault 2.
We just
don't know if that's
witnessed the
him.
first elimination of this match.
Okay.
I'm sure there's more where that came from.
Ouch.
Look at this! A lonely contestant on the live wires doing their best to avoid a team wipe.
Can I stand up there? Oh, these guys are playing as a team.
The live
Almost got a
wires are
couple of
taking
there.
charge for now.
I'm not sure if my one guy's still alive.
It's all connecting now for the live wires.
He
They
is.
started the match's first cash out.
Okay, so we got the first. We've unlocked the first kind of batch of money here, but okay. So because we got team wiped there, our respawn counters are reset, but we don't have to use a coin to pop back in, which is kind of nice. But we do lose money on that. So we did initially have 1,000, but you lose 30%. I don't know if it's always 30%. I would imagine you lose 30% of your earnings, though, if you wipe. So again, this game, the winners and losers are determined by the amount of money that you have at the end of these rounds. So that's pretty important, to lose 30% of your entire earnings if you wipe, or each time you wipe.
That could be a game
I don't know if
changer.
that penalty stacks or if it's just a consistent 30, but we'll have to see. you and get over here. Again, we are the heavy build, so we move relatively slow in comparison to the other two. Also, we don't have really any mobility abilities, so we don't have the jump pad, we don't have the like evasive dash, we don't have like sprint boosts or anything. I mean, we have sprint, but like nothing that boosts our speed or mobility there. Wow. As soon as I rounded that corner, that was going to be pretty hot. I couldn't decide who I wanted to shoot. That's the one thing is our team, and like I'm not helping by any means, but our team is just getting split up. We're never together. It's pretty easy to pick up. In like many of the other FPSs that we've ever played, pretty much if you get doubled, you're pretty much not going to win. This game, you definitely have to kind of take slower and play a little bit more strategically than we have been, or I have been. So let's see if we can do this a little differently this time. So I got my guy here. Our other guy, somehow he spawned. I guess you don't spawn together because we should have all spawned at the same time. But he spawned all the way at the other side of the map, so I guess that doesn't really help trying to keep the squad together either. You can see, too, because we're the heavy build, we're considerably slower. I believe this guy's the light build. You can tell he's a little shorter, obviously much more agile. But let's see if we can't get anything here. Our other guy, Dua, doesn't look like he's moving at all, so I'm not really sure if he's just waiting for us to get there or what. But wow. RPG sucks. That was awesome, though. The turret got me. They had 3 turrets there, but we got a good triple kill there. That was huge. That RPG, I thought that was going to do more damage on the initial shot, but it didn't. That kind of sucks. Definitely sucks to lose to those turrets, but they had that room locked down. That was essentially a 5-on-1. We ended up getting pretty lucky there. I single-handedly wiped that team. That was pretty sweet. Big ups to my guy here for the revive. Oh, nice. I didn't know you could do that. He basically just froze that turret out with the goo. Never actually seen it utilized like that, but that was really cool. Gonna try and take some of the heat off our guy here. Oh, I gotta reload rocket. I keep forgetting that when you get revived, you don't spawn with everything loaded. So if we could have popped that RPG off, I don't think it would have been a kill. Because we shot that last one right at the feet of 3 people and not 1 person died. So, but it would have at least set us up a lot better than we were. I stood no chance there. I thought there was only 1 guy, then out came 2, and we were in pretty tough already there. So, still stoked on that triple kill. That was awesome. They had that well fortified. Obviously 3 people in a tiny room and then 2 turrets as well. That was quite a ride there. But you can see we're going to have to get really lucky and steal one of these cash outs again, because we're not really doing a whole lot else otherwise. Okay, that's pretty far.
A chance to be a hero for the Steamrollers' last contestant here. Our sponsors are ready to be impressed. Alas, the Steamrollers have been wiped out.
Of course, this is the one time that I roll up. Get him, dude.
The excitement never stops in the finals, and we've got a new event just around the corner.
The powerhouses have kicked off a cash out.
Get a revive there.
That means we're getting a little bit of overtime in the arena.
Yeah, we need some money. We gotta steal these, otherwise we're not going anywhere. We're gonna be booted in this one. Oh. Ouch. Yeah, we're too far from this to be able to make a play on this one. We are gonna get ousted. Even if we get this 15K, that's not gonna put us in enough for second. They would have to wipe.
situation for the ultra rares, as they're hanging on with only one contestant in the arena.
See if we can get this. Very good play by them. Come on. How did he do better than that? We almost had that stolen, but that little bit of destruction made us fall with the case and reset the timer. That was perfect on their part. Couldn't really do too much. We were very close in having that stolen, but like I said, 15,000 would not be enough at this point to be able to get us anywhere. Was not a very good round for us. You can see Dua was really in tough here. 0-6. Doesn't have a single point. I don't even know if he's playing, honestly. Looks like they got that cash out, and we are going to lose now. Not a total surprise. We got knocked out here. That was a tough round, tough game. That was pretty rough. That was pretty rough. But let's see in those two matches if we were able to unlock this shotgun. I really want to try this. We get it. Got lots of challenge experience here. That's cool. 7,100 experience. Nice, nice. Got like 2.5 levels there. Okay. Did we get the shotgun? We did. Very cool. And we got a rare weapon skin for our RPG and for our machine gun. So let's put those on just because we can. Actually, I'm not going to bother on the MG or on the M60 just because we're not going to be using it. I will customize the RPG here though. That one's not nearly as cool as the one that we bought in the store. Again, I didn't actually buy it in the store, but they did give us some in-game currency here just to kind of test. So I'm going to leave that for now. But I do want to switch. So this is the shotgun that we just unlocked, the SA-1216. Because we're already not doing a very good job getting damage from far range, I'm hoping that this is just going to boost our viability a little closer up. Let's go ahead. We'll purchase this skin just because we can. Skip this, and we'll just make sure that we equip it. Cool skulls, I guess. Pretty sweet. You can see it looks pretty small in our hands here. Obviously, a heavy build is quite sizable here. We're going to do a tournament again. And then maybe just to end this episode and just to make sure that we have covered everything, I think maybe we'll go through this tournament, see how far we can get, and then we'll pop into a ranked tournament. Those are where people are going to be really upset with me because I'm probably going to be even worse than I have been. But we'll see. I really am trying. But again, honestly, it's been a little while for FPS games. It's been even longer for keyboard and mouse games. Let me just double check that this motion blur setting actually stuck. Yeah, so it stayed disabled. Awesome. Okay. Not sure what everybody's got their field of view at. We have it as a default 71. I'm not sure if that's good, bad. I'm not sure if I'm missing things, if I'm seeing too much, too little. But that's what our settings are right now. Not sure if that's going to help you. But disabling motion blur, I definitely feel like made it a little crisper when we were running and when we kind of got in tight to some people, even though we still did lose some people. Especially like in rocket launcher kind of gunfire and stuff. This game really can get ahead of you. There can be a lot happening all at once in such kind of a tight proximity, but like I said, really do appreciate the destruction in this game. Very, very cool. Very cool. So there's probably a lot less people playing tournaments as it's taking us considerably longer to kind of link up to tournament matches here, as opposed to just playing quick cash outs. Part of that might be because people brand new to this game, as I said, you got to play, I think it's like 3 games, 4 games to be able to unlock tournaments in the first place. But I like the fact that it's 4 teams of 3. That's a really cool dynamic because up to this point we'd only ever played 3v3v3, and it seems like there's people everywhere when you play with 4 teams as opposed to 3. As you've seen, the maps, I don't know actually how big they are, but they feel like they play pretty large. Obviously, in having those ropes and stuff that you can kind of climb up or shoot across the map, that definitely helps when your main is a heavy build, because there really isn't anything for mobility anyways. I just realized too that we actually did not use so suspended structures on Monaco, okay, but I'm just realizing though that we did not use our ability at all last match. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It's kind of hard to predict, honestly, how it's going to go. Sometimes you'll go shooting through the wall. Sometimes you'll shoot past people, and it just kind of nudges them out of the way. Haven't really had a whole lot of success with it, honestly. But it does, I guess, help you make your own doors. If that's any consolation. You can get through into an area relatively quickly. Honestly, I just kind of kept forgetting. I remember playing with the light build last time when we were using C4, and C4 worked pretty well, and I just kind of keep thinking in the back of my head that we only have a frag grenade, but realistically, I should be using that ability a little bit more than we have been. I just kind of keep forgetting that it's there, so I should have actually put an unlock to progress towards too. Like even the next heavy ability, which I'm not sure what it is, but that would be pretty interesting to work towards to unlock too. Realistically though, at this point, like I said, I think the idea is really to just see how far we can make in this tournament. We'll pop into a ranked tournament, just see how different that is, if it is really at all. Oh, we're back with Dua. That's going to be interesting. Didn't do all that well for us last time, but we'll see how this goes. But yeah, so we'll pop into a ranked tournament and see how that goes. And then depending on kind of what everything is looking like, we might wrap the series there and just wait for this game to either come out with a new beta or to come out entirely. But there really isn't a whole lot else that we can really explore. We've already kind of tackled all the different game modes. We've used all the different builds. We haven't gone through, and like I said, we haven't gone through and unlocked everything that there is to unlock, just because the progress is going to wipe anyway, so I don't want to spend too much time and really kill the buzz for when the game actually comes out. So until then, we'll just kind of look forward to the next chance that we get to play with this game. But let's hang out with our boy Dua here. He wants to go to Vault 2, so let's go up there. Not sure who's calling the shots here, if it's Dua or if it's our other guy. But either way, you can see very cool geomod. We already got somebody up on the top of that roof there. Should be stairs in here to be able to climb because they didn't have a rope, so you guys already getting brutalized. Good start. So again, this is our first time using a shotgun in this game. Very curious to see how it's going to go over. People know where we are. Okay, it shoots nice and quick. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but at the same time, neither did the MGs. So I'm waiting for these guys to come through. I just don't know where they're going to be. What are you doing? Come on! Oh, it's so annoying. Rocket right to the feet. Didn't do enough damage. Shot him with a shotgun. I hit him. I don't know if I hit him with everything, but didn't do enough damage. Our one guy looks like he's not playing. Sushi doesn't look like he's doing anything. Nice job, Dua. Yeah, Sushi's not doing anything here. And Dua is disconnected. He's over it now. Wonder if that was by choice or if he did just drop. But that's gonna suck. We're gonna get eliminated from here pretty quickly, I would imagine. But that's no worries. We'll just pop into a ranked tournament from here. Let's see how we do. get up over there. Oh, that blew the line down. I didn't know you could do that. Whoa. Let's use this ability. Not really doing anything for us. But again, though, Sushi's not playing. Dua left. So we're in pretty thick anyways now. You can see I got some people here, but again, we have a shoddy, so I'm not going to be able to really... Oh, that sucks. I guess that's really what these goo grenades and stuff are for, is to just be able to... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
The powerhouses are in
You can
danger,
take some of these
but they
things
still
out of
have
play,
one
which is really
contestant
cool.
going strong.
I always thought it was more so to kind of create a barrier, but apparently not. The way I'm seeing them used in these tournaments makes way more sense than how we saw them used and how we were using them in Quick Cash. Makes way more sense. Very cool. You can use them a lot more strategically than I would have ever expected, or than I would have ever thought to use them at least.
The overdogs are trying to leave their opponents in the dust.
Yeah, you can see this shotgun did a couple of squares of damage from a distant range there, so not really going to be the solution for distant damage, which we kind of expected anyways.
One contestant left.
I hear people. Just don't know where they went.
An awkward moment for the powerhouses. Team wiped. We just passed the midway point of this great match.
Okay. I think both these guys left. Yeah, both of these guys disconnected. So we'll play the rest of this one out. Just to see if we can get a couple of kills. Honestly, get adjusted to the shotgun a little bit more. Maybe play a little bit of spoiler, but I'm not going to try and play the objective. I'm going to go there just because I know that's where people are, but
Ball 3 is being opened by the overdogs.
not a huge point in trying to secure. So we'll just see if we can play the spoiler in this one here. See if we can pick up a couple of kills. See, the money's coming. Where do they got it? Right here? No.
Uh-oh, only one contestant left for the powerhouses.
Not sure where they were able to sneak that money.
The overdogs are beginning to have the upper paw. The
Oh wow,
overdogs
these
have
guys are
kicked
killing
off
it.
a cash out.
See, apparently we didn't do anything there. Didn't hit anybody. And you can't do damage to those. That shotgun's not that good. It shoots really steady, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and the clip size doesn't really make it as viable as I was hoping. So, honestly, at this point, we're just kind of wasting time. I don't even think I'm going to bother. We'll just leave this game. Going to lose experience or whatever that just said. I'm not 100%. Probably just everything that we had earned we're not going to get. I'm going to actually switch this back now already, because it was not what I was hoping. Nope, don't want sledgehammer. Take an M60. What is, we have a goo gun and we have a mesh shield. Okay. Either way, though, we actually need to set up. So we can pick the goo gun or we can pick a mesh shield. Let's go mesh shield. Create a shoot through cover for teammates. That's pretty cool. So we will unlock this to progress towards. So now any match experience we get is going to go towards this unlock here. So that's pretty cool. You can only have kind of one unlock in progress at the same time, and you, from what I've been able to see, you can't switch it out. So you have to make sure you have it completely kind of researched or completely unlocked before you're able to pick something else. So that was our experience with tournaments. Wasn't that good. I can't imagine that it's going to be any better with ranked tournaments, but let's see. This is competitive. This one wasn't necessarily, so I don't really know exactly what the difference is. I'm not sure if they have a ranking system. They should. There's league progression, so I would imagine you probably should only start with your ranks, but we'll have to see. We will have to see. No in-round swapping. Yeah, like I said, that doesn't really matter because we weren't using our reserves anyways. This is 3 rounds, teams of 3, but I guess so was this, so that doesn't necessarily mean anything either. So really the only difference is the no in-round item swapping, and then the fact that it is a competitive league progression. So we'll have to see, because a lot of the games, they either do it right or they do it really poorly in terms of kind of matchmaking with your actual skill level. So we'll have to see if it actually matches well or not. I would imagine, obviously, with this, though, being a beta, that everybody's basically going to be the same skill level anyways. So we'll see. We'll see. That's if, honestly, people are even playing ranked tournaments. We'll give it a couple of minutes, and if not, we'll pop in and do another tournament and just see. But I would be curious just to see what a ranked tournament is like in terms of playing versus a tournament. Be nice to be able to kind of showcase that a little bit for you guys. But again, though, if this is your first time with us, appreciate you stopping by, hanging out a little bit. We are playtesting the finals. It's going to be a free-to-play first-person shooter. Not exactly sure when the game is set to come out. We did just get beta access for this last week. Not even sure, honestly, when the beta ends, how many betas they have planned. But we have really enjoyed it so far. Definitely, I feel like it would be way more fun if you could kind of strategize with your teammates, your party members a little bit. So the people that I usually play games with, none of them got invites to this game, so we weren't really able to kind of coordinate it that way. And then obviously just to be able to record and stuff too, we aren't going through and doing any of the party chat features on here right now. So just really wanted to kind of hop in and get a sense of what the gameplay and stuff was like, because the first time that we ever saw this game was when Dr. Disrespect was streaming, and it looked awesome. The graphics are what really caught us, the pace, and again, I just keep really kind of focusing in on the destruction. It really is what makes this game, I feel like, a lot different than some of the other first-person shooters. I'm hoping, though, that there's going to be more game types than just quick cash, because I know that this is, you know, a free-to-play game, but at sometimes games like that can lack in content or lock it behind a paywall or whatever. From what we've seen so far, it's really just cosmetics that are behind a paywall, but even still, though, the game seems to reward you quite a bit with some skins and some cosmetics and stuff here, at least for the weapons anyways. Maybe not necessarily for your character skins, but it's relatively easy just by using the weapons and doing okay with them to increase your experience to get yourself some new weapon skins, which is always kind of nice, because there's nothing that takes me out of a game more than kind of looking at the same thing for time after time after time. So even if that just means switching up the looks of your gun every once in a while, I love having a sense of progression. So for me, even though it's cosmetics, it gives me something to kind of strive for, something to aim for in games like this. So I can personally appreciate that. I wouldn't spend money on them. I would potentially buy a battle pass or a season pass if I liked the game enough and could see myself spending a decent amount of time with it. So I will say that much. And it's a lot easier to get people to buy into the idea of a seasons pass or a battle pass when they're able to kind of get their initial investment out of the in-game currency, or kind of recoup it at least through progressing enough in the battle pass, which I think is a really cool way to, you know, reward the players for continuing to play your game. I think that's one of the really cool things that Rocket League did with their battle pass. If you guys have played that, I guess the Rocket Pass. You have to play quite a bit to be able to get up to like level 100, level 110, but if you do that, you're able to recoup the entirety of the Rocket Pass price. So always something in it for you. So you can see with ranked tournaments, we've already waited 5 minutes here, and it looks like they've canceled, or they've grayed out the opportunity for us to cancel this here. So we might end up ending this episode a little early here. We'll give it another couple of minutes and just see if we can actually connect to something. And if not, we experimented with tournament play. We hopped back onto a heavy build, but we'll probably call this episode and, in theory, call this beta test complete. But again, though, like I said, not 100% sure how long we're actually going to have access to this playtest. If there are any questions that you guys have that you want us to kind of test out or address, or if there's anything specifically that you want to see or have us test, let us know. We can hop in and either get you an answer or make a video, because maybe there's a couple of you guys with the same question. So just definitely let us know. And as long as we have playtest access, more than willing and happy to hop on and test it for you. But I think the biggest thing, like I said, the idea behind this whole little series here was to just hop in, get some initial reactions, get an initial feel of gameplay, get an idea of what the store and stuff is going to look like, how the game feels, how it plays, what options we have for different builds, and what kind of game modes are available to us right now. But it's not looking like anybody is really playing ranked tournaments here. We'll give it another minute and a half. We'll wait for players up until about 8 minutes here, because again, we can't really cancel this, which is unfortunate. And this game does take a couple of minutes to boot, and to boot in and do one more tournament. I'm not really sure if there's a whole lot of value in that, because it's not vastly different than Quick Cash, with the exception of, I mean, the spawn coins, but we never even really had to use them too much because our team would often wipe. The most notable difference for us, I would feel like, is just having that additional team, which was really cool, honestly. I would recommend doing that. It's too bad they don't have a Quick Cash version of four teams of 3. That way you can kind of adequately prepare, or prepare a little better anyways, for tournaments, because having the addition of one more team makes the maps feel a lot fuller, and would probably change play style and play speed and potentially your tactics a little bit more also. So if I had one kind of suggestion, it would be to be able to kind of have different pairings of Quick Cash here. But yeah, so we're up and around 8 minutes for looking for players here. Quite honestly, at this point, I don't think ranked tournaments would be a whole lot different than tournaments themselves were. I was most curious about what it looked like for a competitive kind of league progression standpoint here. But again, actually, let's see if there had... Okay, so it doesn't really say anything about what the league progression actually is, just the fact that it is active. So it's got more tournament rounds, performance can boost you into a new league. So it is just kind of competitive matching and pairing, but again, yet to be seen how accurate it actually is. But again, in the beta, like, there's only so much playing you can do, so everybody's probably in and around the same skill level anyways. So I think with that, we will conclude this episode of the finals playtest. Hopefully you were able to get a little bit of something from the gameplay. If not in this video, check our other 3 here, especially if you're looking to kind of have some sort of highlight on any of the other builds. We did definitely have more success with our heavy build in our Quick Cash playthroughs, but we also have our medium build and our light builds there if you're wanting to get a little bit more of an idea. But again, the beta does only include 2 maps right now, so it's not going to look a whole lot different from video to video. You could probably watch just a couple of matches and really kind of get an idea of what this game is all about, but hopefully that's enough to bring you some value, and either, you know, gives you a decision to either pass on the game or consider, you know, wish listing it and see when the next available playtest is, or the beta is, or when the game's going to come out, and kind of sway you to pick it up. Again, it is going to be free to play, so I think that alone is going to drive up traffic, especially at the very beginning of the game when it releases. So hopefully they're able to have enough content in here to maintain that, and I could see this game doing really pretty well if they're able to keep it kind of chock full of content and add a little bit more variety in maps as well as game types. But as far as initial impressions and reactions here, definitely enjoyed our time with it. Again, I've kind of really honed in on the destruction as being one of the key things that separates it from other games, and what really intrigued us about this gameplay kind of first and foremost. But yeah, so again, if you like this video, if you were able to get anything from it, drop a like, give us a comment, drop any questions that you might have in the comment section. Subscribe to Friendly Frenzy Games, our YouTube channel, where we have a boatload of gaming content on there already, and still aim to drop daily gaming content for you guys to enjoy. We will see you guys in our next game. Have a great day, everybody.